1 out of 5 stars. $1.35 for 12-ounce can of Coke. Ripoff. Now would the drive or stop? Ripoff now would the drive or stop? What are you talking about? Just so we're sure we understand this, you gave our farm a 1-star review because we sold you a can of Coke for the same price as at the grocery store and about half the price that local restaurants charge for that same can of Coke? Did we get that right? Yeah, like $1.35 for a can. That sounds... It should be cheaper, but that sounds about right, unfortunately. 3 out of 5 stars. Kinda mixed on the reviews. I will be going tonight, so wish me luck. I will post some pictures and let all know the good and bad. Hope it will not be bad and all good. Only did 3 stars because it made me put something in and 3 is in the middle. A review is meant for after you experience the thing, not before. I'm not going to review a movie on Letterboxd and say, oh, I'm going to watch this next week. I can't wait. I'm just going to mark it a 3-star, I guess. It's like, that's not how that works. 2 out of 5 stars. Only good part of this horrible establishment is the food. My friend came in with an opposing college team jacket, and we were disrespected for over an hour, and we couldn't get a seat. And the first come, first serve type of deal is stupid. 1 out of 5 stars. As a descendant of a Marine that trained there and died from wounds on Iwo Jima, and as a former Marine, extremely disappointed that die to COVID, no visiting allowed. Additionally, the Parker Ranch store and visitor center is shut down. Very disappointing. Extremely disappointed that die to COVID, no visiting allowed. Due to COVID. This idiot can't spell. I was like, what is he talking about? I was like, die to COVID? He's disappointed someone died to COVID? Oh no, it's due to COVID. He's shitting his pants because he's shitting his diaper because he can't get into a store. And the Parker Ranch store and visitor center shut down. I'm disappointed. Spiced carrot snacking cake. Ooh, that looks pretty good, but 3 stars, not so healthy. In my opinion, this cake is very unhealthy. 2 cups of sugar for a loaf pan, and too much oil too. You could replace half the oil for applesauce and cut the sugar to just 1 cup. People should be aware that there are too many kids with diabetes because we use too much sugar. And the King Arthur baking team responds, hello, while some of our items are quite sweet, they're meant as treats. The best thing about baking from scratch is that you alter a recipe to meet your needs. We do have some blogs that will help modify recipes to use less sugar using either our baking sugar alternative or a modified recipe. This reminds me of the tweet that's been going around because of the new Halo campaign Evolved. People are pissed about the sprinting, and people are sharing the tweet from the Doom Twitter saying, you control the buttons you press. Like, you control what you're putting into the snack cake, Karen. Whatever, I don't care what your real name is, you're Karen now. 3 out of 5 stars. The experience was fantastic, but I don't think it's fair to pay for a baby that is going to be sitting on mom's lap. And we have a response from the owner. I'm glad that you fully enjoyed your experience with us. I understand the frustration of paying extra for an infant. However, our capacity is regulated by body count on the boat by the Coast Guard, which is the reasoning for our ticket cost of all children. We are the only small boat company that allows infants on board because we want families to have the small boat experience and not be punished for a growing family, especially since we are a small family-owned and run business. Mahalo for understanding, and we hope that we can receive a 5-star from you for your experience with us in the future. I mean, at least they didn't give him like a 1 star or like a 2. 3's okay. I think a 4 is reasonable, and their reasoning makes sense to me, and the fact that they're the only guys actually allowing you to bring your kid, I think they deserve better than a 3. 1 out of 5 stars. Not clear that closed-toe shoes are required. Message is hidden in long email message. Oh no. Shoes are available for purchase but have a bunch of holes in them, so what's the difference between closed-toe and shoes with holes everywhere? I already paid for tickets, should provide closed-toe shoes if they are required. Aloha, Scott. The requirement for closed-toe shoes is mentioned on the website website in 3 places, as well as in terms and conditions, confirmation email, and a reminder email. We require closed-toe shoes to protect customers' toes and heels, so the Crocs that we carry achieve that purpose, even though they have small holes on the top. We are sorry that this requirement caused you frustration, but we have to follow the guidelines because safety is our top priority. Thank you for taking the time to leave a review and share your experiences. Womp womp, you're a dumbass who can't f***ing read. 1 out of 5 stars. Warning you now, this place does a horrible massage. It's 25 minutes for $140. So you would think you'd get the best 25-minute massage of your life, right? No, not even close. She lightly rubs you on your shoulders and back the whole time. I stopped it within the first 10 minutes after I figured out this wasn't the initial, it was the massage. But she wouldn't give me my money back and acted as though she didn't understand English. I should have called the police, but what could I say? I'm out of $140 hard-earned money. If there were anything below a 1 star, they'd get -5. 1 star doesn't even come close. You left early because you asked the masseuse to massage your prostate, and we don't do that or condone that homosexuality. Oh, okay, well, wait wait just a second here. You also received a partial okay, you didn't have to be a homophobe about it. You could have just said we don't want people asking for their prostates massaged. That's completely understandable. But the homosexuality comment, that's a little sus. 1 out of 5 stars. We are very tall, large people, and we tried to book over the phone, but they denied our reservation because we exceeded their weight limit. Nowhere on their site do they have this information posted. Apparently, it is only on their online booking form, but their booking form does not show all dates that they have available, which is why we called. Bad customer service, in my opinion. The owner responded that she sent me screenshots that the weight restriction information is posted on their website homepage and mobile version when in fact it is not. It only shows up when you are deep into the booking process online or when you go to the About Us page. Who bothers to look at an About Us page? Maybe people who want to learn about the thing that they're about to pay for? You moron. If we had seen this information on the homepage or on the more info about the tour page, we would have saved ourselves the humiliation of being rejected on this tour. The fact that Nicole emailed me 3 times asking me to delete my review and the whole time insisting she was right and I was wrong should tell others something about this company. That maybe they care more about their social reviews than handling customer issues? Aloha. Our weight restriction of 200 pounds is posted on our mobile as well as the desktop version of our website. I sent you screenshots of both formats of our website displaying our weight restriction via email. Furthermore, it is stated again during online booking before paying for tour. When we take phone reservations, as we did in your case, we always ask for the body weights of all participants as we have smaller horses and we cannot take guests over 200 pounds. Once again, you didn't read. It is not their fault. You are a dumbass. Congratulations. 1 out of 5 stars. I'm a mother of 2 young children who discipline when it is needed. I didn't come to Maui on vacation to have an unshaven clerk at a souvenir hat shop discipline my child. This was very rude and disgusting, especially when my husband was very interested in a particular hat. Upon visiting another hat store, he found several of the same hats for a lower price, much lower price. This is one store we will not recommend nor come back to shop. Overpriced disciplinarians. Aloha, Presley. My name is Brana, and I'm the owner of Aloha Hat Company, and was already aware of this situation. I did talk to the employee, and he seems to have followed our policy as far as I know, unless you can be more specific and tell me exactly what was said that you felt was disciplinarian. I did check our in-store video footage, and your child did go over to our handmade hats and started playing with them. We do not allow this, just like you cannot walk into Gucci or Louis Vuitton and play with the merchandise. We try and sell our customers new hats and not ones used and abused like in other stores. I hope you can appreciate that. I know you see us as a souvenir shop, but we put our hard work and money into the store to carry the best inventory we can for our customers. We are trained and know our hats, and we are here to help people find the right hat and right size. We love hats and we are passionate. I have 2 toddlers and this is our livelihood. We are a serious hat store and have hats that sell for thousands of dollars. We cannot let kids play with these as fun as it is. Call me anytime you want to discuss specifics. I am more than willing to apologize if we did anything more than kindly ask your child to not play with the hats and show him the kids area. Aloha and have a great day. 1 out of 5 stars. You drive hundreds of kilometers only to be told off by a guard before you can even get close to the gate because you're not allowed on the grounds with a small dog. Instead, we found a nice gravel parking space for £3. Dachau concentration camp! 1 out of 5 stars. Last 2 Saturdays ran out of bagels 2 hours before closing. If bagels are your main breakfast option, you think they would be prepared for the weekend. Highly discouraged in supporting them. Okay, so wait. Bagels main breakfast option, but you're talking about them closing. Unless they close for like at noon, or maybe they close a little after breakfast. Okay, if this person is complaining about not being able to get bagels at closing, if this place is open all day, that's stupid. But if they close in the morning, well, no, if they run out 2 hours before closing, then that implies they're probably closing after. You know what I'm saying? They're probably stupid. 1 out of 5 stars. I was upset they didn't let my emotional service animal come with me. It was just a little bunny in a stroller. They should have allowed me because I brought my paperwork, but was turned away at the door. Very upsetting. Like a real bunny or like a plush bunny? I haven't heard of a bunny service animal. Does it have to be a dog? The only service animals I recall ever seeing have been dogs, so I don't know. I'm not a service animal expert. 1 out of 5 stars. If you are a renter, you are considered a third-rate citizen with this mob. Utterly disgraceful behavior on their behalf and nothing but utter lies from them. I have evidence. Let's see if this review stays up. You're treated a lot differently if you're looking to buy 100. Hi, Carrie. Thank you for your feedback. We feel it's important to provide some context for the situation you've referenced. The individual associated with yourself was not a legal tenant and was not listed on the lease. They occupy the property without the owner's consent, locked our lawful tenant out of the home, and refused to leave, effectively squatting in the premises. This situation ultimately required resolution through the tribunal process. As managing agents, we have a responsibility to act in accordance with tenancy legislation and to protect the rights of both property owners and legal occupants. While this matter occurred some months ago, if those involved wish to discuss it further in a calm and respectful manner, we are open to communication. 1 out of 5 stars. The manager here is all about profit numbers and has little to no empathy towards their customers. We had an issue with a member of our party gaining a few pounds and becoming over the weight limit the day of our reservation. Management would not give us a refund nor offer any alternative options. This company is super unprofessional and we are very disappointed with how our situation was handled. Beware of the weight limit and they do not call in advance to warn you of their rules. I bet they do. They don't realize we are on vacation just trying to have a good time. Just give us our money back. Aloha, Aaron. A lot of these are in Hawaii or something. Safety is always our #1 priority, and unfortunately, we are unable to make any exceptions regarding our weight limit because it puts our guests at risk of injury on our course. Our weight restrictions and refund policy are listed in multiple places on our website, as well as in your booking confirmation. We sincerely apologize for not meeting your expectations. Mahalo for your understanding. 2 out of 5 stars. Yeah, the Maui Butterfly Farm again. We got a lot of Hawaii reviews here. Total Karens. Oh boy. We arrived a bit late and they did not let us in. Slammed the door in our face and turned the sign from open to close. Explain that to a 2-year-old. You're the one sounding like a 2-year-old, dude. They're the Karens? 1 out of 5 stars. So sad. Give someone bad mood. I went away after 15 minutes. I couldn't stand the history written all over the place. Hope such history will never repeat itself. You're at a memorial and you couldn't stand the history? It's not supposed to make you happy. In this particular instance, 1 out of 5 stars. My wife and I had the fish today. They served crinkle-style fries that would go great with a kid's meal. The food was overpriced and not good at all. First time, last time. Brian, we're sorry that you didn't enjoy your meal more. We're always happy to remake or swap out a dish if it isn't a taste and wish you guys would have let us know. Hope you'll give something else on our menu a chance in the future. It always makes me sad seeing genuine responses like this, where it's like, dude, if you just talked to them and said, hey, you know, this food isn't actually very good. Maybe could I try something else? Or like, just if you just showed any bit of courtesy or just literally talk to them. I don't know. Like, this just sounds like someone who was genuinely upset that they couldn't, you know, make you happy with their food, you know? 1 out of 5 stars. Didn't realize there would be things saying, come inside and yes, mommy around the place. How do you explain that to a kid? Mastabetta fish shop. Then just don't come back to Mastabetta, lol. You so sensitive. You lol. Like, dude, yeah, the place is called Mastabetta Fish Shop. Why are you bringing a kid there? I don't know, like, do some research. It's really not hard. Or just, like, look at the name. Maybe consider, why is it called that? Why does it sound like Masturbator? Farm Sanctuary. 1 out of 5 stars, injured by an angry cow a few years ago, and they have a photo of it? What the hell did you do to anger that cow? 1 out of 5 stars. I was appalled by the manners and rudeness by the owner. This is how it went down. I was approached by an undercover police demanding I buy a coffee. I was sitting doing a tarot reading on the outside tables. Okay, I get it. It's a business. So I take my last $3 and give it to a friend and buy a cup of coffee to please the commerce gods. And the cop comes back to me and tells my table we have to leave immediately. I explained I was buying a cup of coffee. My friend was inside, literally with the coffee in his hand, and the cop says, are you sure? I was flabbergasted. I was being rousted. The undercover cop, security officer, went into the establishment. I followed with my coffee. I set it down and approached the owner. You can have your coffee. Kind of defeats the purpose, huh? Where the hip comes to sip? I am going to Starbucks where I can sit and have a good cup of coffee and be at a coffee house. I never in a million years would think a franchise would be deliver better service to their customers. I guess I am not hip enough. What? I have no idea. I literally have no idea what I just read. Undercover cop demanded you buy a coffee? What are you talking about? Like, what? That alone was enough to make me go, what? I'm so confused right now. Like, obviously this person must be lying about something. They must have done something wrong, and the business got mad at them, so they are giving it a 1 star. Or they're just insane. I don't know. 2 out of 5 stars. Beautiful store, but I didn't like the way I was greeted at the front door with the no back policy. I was going in to shop, but I needed to use the restroom after I walked in. I placed my backpack on the rack behind the counter and went upstairs to use the restroom. When I returned to drop off the restroom key, I picked up my pack. No one was watching my backpack. I picked up backpack without anyone aware. Anyone could have stolen my backpack. There is no genuine concern for a customer's belongings at the expense of enforcing a no backpack policy. Okay. Salted butterscotch pudding pretzel cookies. Oh my god. I need that, like, in my mouth right now. 1 out of 5 stars. Cannot find instant butterscotch pudding mix. Cannot find instant butterscotch pudding mix. All of the grocery stores around me now only carry vanilla and chocolate pudding mixes. What to do when the entire recipe is around 1 ingredient? Find the ingredient, I guess. Like, keep looking. 1 out of 5 stars. Went in for the local 50% off special before the real opening and was told that we weren't allowed to wait for a table to open up and we needed to be on a list. There is no mention of needing to be on a list with the promotion, nor is there any mention of each table only having the opportunity to sit 1 party for the night. Terrible advertising that caused 2 locals to venture onto and park on the strip on a weeknight for nothing. Won't ever be coming back to during their regular opening. I feel swindled. 1 out of 5 stars. I booked ziplining for me, my wife, and my daughter. We were very much looking forward to it. Unfortunately, the night before, I had an accident and severely damaged my left eye. I was in no condition to do the ziplining the next morning. I contacted Jungle Zipline and informed them of what happened. They told me they could only refund my ticket and not the other 2 because they still could have come. The expectation that my wife and daughter were to drive an hour and 20 minutes on their own across Maui and still do the ziplining without me is ridiculous. I understand having a cancellation policy, but when true accidents and medical issues happen, they should be more reasonable and understanding. 1 out of 5 stars. I didn't go in there, I was at the chemist next door. Then why did you review this place? Why would you leave a review for a place you specifically did not go to, and you mentioned in the review for that place that you did not go into that place. What? Florida shrimp pie. Rich, creamy Florida shrimp pie is a wonderful option for an elegant brunch, lunch, or light dinner. Sounds pretty good. But Mary Ann Dean has a 1-star review. More than 6 million Americans are allergic to shrimp, and some of us just don't like it, but you don't seem to care. Mary, you don't have to eat the shrimp pie. If you don't like shrimp or you cannot eat shrimp, you don't have to eat the shrimp pie. You do know that, right? Like, you aren't required to cook this recipe and interact with it or create it. That, like, you can just not eat the shrimp pie. But okay. 2 out of 5 stars. While I was swimming, I felt something slimy and long like an eel. This is a review for an island, by the way, like a little lake. Man, there's life in the water? That's crazy. 1 out of 5 stars. The lady didn't answer when I needed her at 3:30 a.m. Horrible service. What do you expect? We are not open 24 hours. What a stupid thing to, like, oh God, I can't believe this business didn't answer my call at 3 in the morning. Like, listen to yourself. 1 out of 5 stars. I drove from Brainerd, Minnesota, I think, to meet my aunt from Lindstrom, Minnesota. We arrived on a Tuesday, June 24th, 2025. We walked in at 1:15 p.m. We ordered our food and the waitress told us we close at 2 p.m. If you aren't done eating, you will have to take it outside to finish. What kind of restaurant does that? I'm retired, but would never treat someone like that. I thought the food was good, but will never go back. So, did you finish it in time? Was it even a problem or an issue for you? Like, did it affect you in any way? I can't help but feel like this person was able to finish their food before 2, didn't have to go outside, which is a very normal thing. If a place is closed, usually you're not allowed in that place. I don't know, some restaurants will probably be like, you can still chill while we clean up, but hey, not every restaurant is the same, and you have to understand that, but you're obviously 7, and you don't get that. 2 out of 5 stars. Smelled like roaches and had pregnant flying bugs, and the cashier didn't provide any reassurance. I ate the chili fries anyway, and the fries were stale and the meat tasted nasty. Alright, I mean, I'm sorry the food wasn't good, but reassurance from the cashier? Reassurance about what? Yes, sir, they are bugs and they are pregnant. Watch out. 1 out of 5 stars. First experience at this place. My friend ordered margaritas. The non-Hispanic owner wanted both of our IDs. I did not order it. My niece is very picky and wanted a basic hamburger. The owner said they weren't able to make a burger and they only serve what's on their menu. Makes sense. The place was completely empty with zero business. Poor customer service. High recommend. 10 minutes down the street with much better parking as well. Okay, well, that's just shitty. Throwing another place. I mean, you didn't even say the name of the place, so that's good, I guess. But still, I mean, you were upset that they couldn't make something that wasn't on their menu? Are you actually stupid? Like, what? 1 out of 5 stars. I have only shopped once, but have tried to donate twice. Today, July 28th, 2021, is the last time I will try. I now see on the website that they only accept donations 3 days a week, much too inconvenient, and both times I have hit the wrong day. I understand that I should have checked the website before I went. Okay, so you recognize that. Nowhere at the donation spot are the days listed that they accept, so today I pulled in, drove past what looked like a security officer, and sat at the gate waiting for someone to come out and take my donation. Nothing. No one came. I backed out and rolled down my window to ask the security officer, and he tells me they don't accept today. He just let me drive past him and then he just let me sit there. Nice, right? The store is really nice, clean, and I thought the prices were fair. So the store itself is fine and you like the products and the prices, but you still give them a 1 star because you didn't bother doing research? Good job, I guess. 1 out of 5 stars. Food is good, but beware of asking for anything extra. I asked for extra egg in my chicken fried rice and was charged an extra $1 at checkout, which I thought was pretty steep. For an egg? A single egg? The owner isn't very pleasant either. I am sure there are probably other similar restaurants in the area that won't charge unreasonable prices for extra toppings, etc. on your food. Unreasonable. It's $1. It's $1 extra. If you're eating out in America and you can afford to tip, which you should, eating out in America, you can probably afford an extra $1 for an egg? Grow up. 1 out of 5 stars. I came in today and waited my turn in line, and the hostess actually took people that came in after me, and when it became my time to order, she pointed to the people behind me and said they were there first. I explained I was actually next, and she said she was sorry with a fake smile. I requested takeout 2 grilled cheese sandwiches. She told me they don't make sandwiches, without suggesting anything else. I said no thank you and left. I doubt that they don't have 2 pieces of bread and cheese. Was planning to leave generous tip, but instead the hostess gets a 1-star review. Little did she know I am a local guide for Google reviews, and only one other place has gotten a 1-star review. Wow. Okay, can you imagine flexing that you're a local guide on Google? Cool. I guess. Good for you. Beware. Hurricane recovery in progress. 1 out of 5 circles. Wow, the devastation from the hurricane is unbelievable here. Beach closed, Waffle House closed, hotel barely open, no hot tub or elevator. Wish we would have known before driving all the way there. Hoping to get a full refund, but no one on site could help us yesterday. Booked for 3 nights at over $1,000. Definitely not worth the money. Beware. Yeah, hey guys, if you're gonna get a hotel, maybe make sure you don't get interrupted by a rude hurricane, because that's gonna put a real dent in problems. Yeah, and that's the hotel's problem specifically as well. They're getting the 1 circle review. 3 out of 5 stars. Only giving a 3-star because of the limited hours. We are open 8 hours a day for 6 days a week for a small business-owned pet store. 3 stars? We have family and enjoy some time off. I'm not sure this is a fair review. Yeah, I don't think so. 1 out of 5 stars. Be prepared to be forced to wear a mask. This is back in COVID days. I was denied entry because of high-risk staff. I do not see other people's fear and or risk as my responsibility, especially in a place open to public, and especially when it comes to a useless mask. Maybe the staff should find better suited job positions to better accommodate their fears. It's a shame because it looked like a nice place, but I will never be back. Yeah, and I'm sure they're really gonna miss you in your business. 1 out of 5 stars. I was disappointed that they use MSG in their food. MSG has been known to kill some people. They need to make dishes free from this harmful chemical and post it where people can see it where they enter the restaurant. This actually made me remember, did you know that people who eat food will die? Like, you'll just die if you eat food. It's kind of scary when you think about it. 1 out of 5 stars. I was very disappointed in this doctor's office. He doesn't accept African American patients. This was my first time experiencing racist in Austin or in the plastic surgery business, but I thank God for blank in Austin. I was accepted as a patient and was turned away due to my skin color. The doctor's nurse emailed me back after I asked if my rejection was due to my race. She states my BMI was too high, but I am 160 pounds and 6 foot tall. You do my BMI. So I knew it, then it was a lie. Again, thank you for showing your true colors. It's a private practice so the doctor can pick his patients, but to lie and say it's my BMI was too high, if I get any smaller, I will be sick. All right, and we have a response from the owner. I evaluate all patients who are considering plastic surgery for their suitability for the procedures they are requesting because I am responsible for their well-being and safety. Based on my professional assessment of the procedures you requested, put you at significant risk. I have reviewed the correspondence between you and my staff, and I find nothing to support racism in any shape or form. My staff made you aware of my concerns politely and professionally. It is a very serious allegation that you have made regarding race being a factor in this evaluation. We don't discriminate based on race or any other personal characteristic. I have a long history of treating patients of all races and ethnicities from virtually all over the world, and I embrace and seek out this diversity in my practice. I am very sorry for this misunderstanding that we have not been able to accommodate you. Race played no factor in my decision regarding your plastic surgery, and it saddens me to think you believe it did. That's so shitty. You are denied this practice on yourself, whatever, which, sure, that sucks for you, but they give you very valid reasons. They care for your well-being. They want you to be safe. They don't want to fuck you up forever, it's like they care. And then you go and say, oh, they're just being racist, and that's why they're like, dude, they care about you, and you're being an asshole. It's like, come on, man. 1 out of 5 stars. I've tried twice now to go to this place. 3 p.m. on a Saturday and 1:50 on a Monday. Guess they don't want my business. Lisa, we can certainly understand your excitement to try our award-winning products. Unfortunately, you chose to write a 1-star review before checking out our opening hours. You are arriving during our off hours. On Saturdays, we are closed at 2 p.m., with new hours extended to 3 p.m. starting at 8:30. We are closed on Mondays, as has been the case for the past 5 years we have operated as a business. We welcome you to come back during our opening hours so you can get the baked goods you are eagerly looking forward to. Imagine reviewing a place as well before you even shop there. Like, you review a thing because you have experienced it, right? Totally not trolling with this. Good start. I just think the girls at the sorority are stuck up and not nice. Before anybody starts saying, it's you loser creep, no, it's actually not me. I simply said hi to a few of these girls online, being nice, and I got blocked. I don't even get a no thank you. It's ridiculous. It's funny that half of these women bitch in their coffee, crying about some guy, yet they shaft nice guys. Oh well, not trying to start a fight, just hurt, and so I'm sharing my pain. Hopefully these girls can learn some manners. I want to read those comments so bad. Dude, what a weirdo. Like, if someone's not interested, they don't have to give you a second of time. They don't have to tell you no thank you or politely turn you away. No, like, if they're like, it doesn't matter if they are nice in your opinion or if you think they're a bitch or being rude. It's like, doesn't matter. They don't owe you anything. 1 out of 5 stars. The Chinese Asian lady yelled at me because one of the turtle tanks did not have the sign "Don't touch," and she asked me, "Do you not see it? It's right there." Wrong there. Mind you, the sign was on the bottom of the tank, but I know I was in the wrong, but she yelled at me like a child and I'm a grown woman. Are you? So you stuck your hand in the turtle tank knowing you shouldn't have, and you are now upset because you were scolded for doing so. Safety for the animals and customers goes both ways. 1 out of 5 stars. I'm writing this review to warn others about my terrible experience. I purchased 2 tortoises and the package was delivered while I was away. When I contacted the company, they informed me that their live arrival guarantee requires someone to be home to receive the package, which makes sense because they are delivering alive creatures, and since I wasn't present, they are not responsible for replacing the tortoises. They suggested filing a police report to pursue a theft claim, but made it clear that it wouldn't guarantee the recovery of my tortoises. I asked them to reship the tortoises, but they refused. It seems that the company prioritizes their policies over customer satisfaction and animal welfare. Buyer beware. And here's the owner. To any potential customer reading this customer claimed his package was not there when he got home. His FedEx tracking showed a photo of the package delivered to his front door. Before shipping, we emailed confirmation of the shipping date. We sent a tracking number with an estimated delivery time the day before the package arrived, and also provided delivery updates once the package was out for delivery and delivered. The customer admitted that they were not home to receive the tortoises, which voided our live arrival guarantee. We suggested filing a police report to pursue a theft claim, but the customer chose not to do so. Because the recipient was not available at delivery and the necessary steps to recover the package or prove DOA were not taken, we had to follow our established policy. 1 out of 5 stars. I walked into this establishment like I have in the past and say that because the older balding white man knew me. I am a veteran and I inquired to my discount, and before I inquired to the discount, I asked him did he remember me, and he said yes, but he checks every time. I then looked at him and said, then the product can stay here. The customer service that I received was a joke. I do understand that there are other advanced auto stores that are and will be closing their doors. The type of service that this individual provided needs and should be looked at. When a person that is a veteran, that status doesn't change. Do better, sir. I will no longer walk into that establishment ever again. And we got a double whammy. This is the same person. 1 out of 5 stars. I have made a promise to myself. If I ever go into an establishment and I'm treated disrespectfully, then I'll never walk back into that establishment. I went to the pharmacy today because of the fact that I needed some assistance with an ace bandage that I needed for my arm. I asked a dark-skinned woman, okay, I don't know why you needed to bring up the skin color, but if she could cut a bandage for me. She looked at me like she didn't see me, but I was the only one standing there. I actually asked her 2 to 3 times for some help. I'll never have to ask for her for anything ever again. I inquired, was she a pharmacist? pharmacist? And she said, yes, and if she's a pharmacist, then why is she such a nasty individual? Their customer service should be spot on at all times. She finally came over with a pair of scissors and she cut the bandage for me, and I asked if she could help me. I just wanted to make sure that the product worked. She then looked at me. She had to get a glove, which is more okay with me. I don't care about that. I asked her if she could help me with the bandage situation, if she could hold it in place. So she took one finger and placed it on my arm to hold the bandage in place. I said, you may need 2 gloves, and she said she only had 1. I've been in customer service a very, very long time, and I'm totally disgusted with this individual, and she should be ashamed of herself and the way she behaved. I will not spend one more penny in that place. Dude, it sounds to me like you're racist. Like, call me crazy, call it a hunch. You might be racist.